Hello and welcome to another YouTube video on typecasting with the Swift language. In this lesson, we're going to look at some of the ways how you can typecast between different objects. So without waiting and playing around, let's jump into the tutorial. So as you can see, I have created a playground here. So I'm going to explain everything in this playground workspace. So first we will look at what is upcasting. So this is usually done with something like this. So you might have already seen in some of the programs you worked on. There is a keyword like this as. So let's look at it how to do it practically. So to begin, I'm going to create a class which is going to be a human, and human is going to have a function called run. Oops. So let's say print human is running. Also, we could introduce a variable here. Let's say give a name, which is the type of a string. Since we have declared a variable, we need to do an initializer. So I'll put human name, which is the type of string. Self.name is equal to human name. So these are basic WP things, so I'm not going to talk about those things here. If you haven't already watched my other tutorial on WP. The next thing is I'm going to create another subclass. So let's create a subclass, and it's going to be a soldier, and it's going to inherit from the human class. So the first thing, we need to create an initializer, and what I'm going to say is super.init with a human name. Cool. And I'm going to create a function called func shoot. Since he's a soldier, he can shoot. Print is shooting. Cool. Now let's create a object, a soldier object. Var soldier, and give him a name J. As you expect now, you should be able to access the run method from the parent class, as well as the shoot from the current class. There is no problem. So you can see it's printing here, human is running, soldier is shooting. There is no problem. Now there is another thing you can do. Let's create another soldier. So I'll bring it to the top. Cool. So I'll create another soldier here. Soldier 2. Soldier, human name, Kumar. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cast this soldier object as a human, right? So since we have casted this object as a human object, now we will not be having the access to the functions that are already declared inside the soldier class. So this shoot function won't be available, but still we'll have the access to the run function. So let's see, soldier2 dot run, we can do that, no problem. Say human is running is getting printed, but if you try to do soldier run shoot, we can do that. It's not going to work because currently the soldier object is human. So this is usually called upcasting, and it's done with this as a keyword. So what if we want to cast it back to a soldier object? So let's see how to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create another soldier object, soldier 3, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put soldier 2 as exclamation mark as soldier. Cool. Now let's try and do the same thing with soldier 3. Now soldier can run, soldier can shoot. Now we have downcasted it to soldier from the human object. So this is how it's done. But here is a problem. So we have forcefully downcasted it. Now, as you know, forcefully doing anything can always result in disasters. So I'll explain it to you with another example. So let's create another object, another class, sorry. So this time this class is going to be civilian, and it's going to inherit from human. And we're going to do init super.init human name, cool. And we're going to declare a function, let's say sing. Yeah. And what, let's say print it, say civilian is singing. Cool. So I'm going to just okay, never mind, leave it as it is. So I'm going to create a civilian object, was civilian Saman, and I'm going to upcast it as a human. In the next line, what I'm going to do is I'm going to downcast it as a soldier. In a programming world, we don't know. So say I created and upcasted it as a human, and in somewhere else in the program, now I don't know whether I can downcast it to civilian or soldier. So mistakenly a civilian object is there, but I'm trying to downcast it as a soldier object. So if we do that, the program is going to crash. So let's look at it how it's done. So what I'm going to do is a civilian to civilian, civilian as soldier. As you can see, the program crashed because this object is not a soldier type of object. So this is actually a civilian type of an object. That is why the problem has occurred. So let's try and do it in a more elegant way. I'm going to comment this out. So now let's look at a more elegant and a most feasible way, a safe way to downcast these objects. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say civilian 2, sorry, I'm going to use an if condition. If let civilian 2 is equal to civilian as question mark civilian, and this if condition will trigger only when this condition is true. So now I can go inside and print civilian2.sing. You can see here it's saying civilian is singing. That is no problem. So similar to this, if you can downcast any objects without any having problems. So let's look at it in the example. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create series of objects of different types. So I'm going to delete everything. And I'm going to create another civilian, civilian2, civilian. Let's say John. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a array, and it's going to hold only humans. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add all these objects inside here. Soldier2, civilian2, civilian. No problem. Everything works fine. Now, in a typical programming environment, this is the challenge you're gonna get. You get some upcast objects in an array, and you're gonna have to figure out which one is what undergo inside a for loop. So I'm going to run a for loop here for my human in my array. Now inside here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say if let my human, no, if let say current human is equal to my human, and I'm going to downcast it as soldier, and I'm going to print soldier current human, sorry, current human dot shoot. So similar to this, I'm going to do the second one. Civilian, and civilian doesn't have a shoot method, so I'm going to say sing. So as you can see, this array is traversed inside this for loop, and say first time it comes to here, and the first object is soldier, and it checks whether he's a soldier, so this if condition is executed and the shoot is printed here, soldier is shooting. And the second, again the same, the third, it comes here and checks whether it's a soldier. No, it's not a soldier, so this if condition will be omitted, and it will go to the second line, and it checks whether it's a civilian. Yes, it's a civilian, so this sing method is called. So this is actually how you should safely downcast a array after you upcast, when you are downcasting from a upcasted object. So this using this exclamation mark is usually called forced downcasting, and using this question mark is usually known as implicit downcasting. So I hope this brings you an idea into what is it all about upcasting and what is it about downcasting, and what are the difference between this as, this as, this as, and this as. So I hope you learned something out of it, and I hope you like this tutorial. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe to this channel. I'll be creating more similar tutorials that would give you a great insight into the Swift language. That is it. Bye for now. Take care.